Hello and welcome to this India Today Corona Warriors special. For over 2 months now, our doctors, nurses and health workers have been in the front line in the war against COVID-19, saving lives, working night and day. The challenges for them are many, but many of these doctors now are finding themselves becoming victims of COVID-19, especially junior doctors and nurses who are right there on the front line. This Corona Warriors special focuses on their challenges, and nowhere is this better exemplified than in the city of Mumbai, India's Corona epicenter, where there have been more than 35,000 cases, with many doctors themselves now succumbing to the virus. Safety, therefore, has become a major concern as these doctors attempt to battle all odds. Our top story in this special report comes from Tanushree Pandey in Mumbai.
India's maximum city has maximum COVID cases and the count is over 35,000. In this battle, they are our first, last and only line of defense against the invisible virus. Doctors who are braving all odds. At times, even the only armor at their disposal, the personal protective gear, fails to shield them. But at a time when the city's hospital infrastructure is under severe stress, even doctors are not happy with the facilities.
मेरे घर में मेरी वाइफ और मैं दोनों लोग हैं हम लोग, और वो भी प्रेग्नेंट है अभी, और मुझे मतलब पॉजिटिव आया तो मैं घर पे ही था, और मतलब क्वारंटाइन सेंटर में नहीं गया, मतलब घर से आया तो बाद में इधर ही आएगा ना, 2-3 घंटे मतलब 3-4 घंटे के बाद मैं हॉस्पिटल में आया। मतलब
आपको बेड मिलते मिलते 5 बज गया, सुबह 9 बजे से 5 बज गया, तो करीब की वाइफ प्रेग्नेंट है सर, तो उनको भी रिस्क।
वो अभी होम क्वारंटाइन है, मतलब उसको होम क्वारंटाइन ही किया है, मतलब बाहर अभी वो तो अकेली है।
उनका टेस्ट
नहीं अभी नहीं हुआ, वो 5 दिनों के बाद करते हैं ना, इसलिए अभी नहीं हुआ है। इधर अंदर कोई क्लीनिंग के लिए नहीं आता कोरोना केयर सेंटर ना। हम लोग इतने लोगों में एक कॉमन अटैच टॉयलेट बाथरूम, हम लोग अभी कितने 5 लोगों में एक अटैच टॉयलेट बाथरूम है, तो उसको क्लीनिंग के लिए अंदर कोई स्टाफ नहीं, अंदर मतलब अंदर क्लीनिंग के लिए कोई नहीं आता। हाँ, ये बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है।
तो आप लोग खुद सफाई करते हैं?
हम लोग अभी किया है 1-2 बार, अभी क्या बाथरूम वगैरह मतलब।
And the doctor who wishes not to be named is not alone. Another reveals how he had to run from pillar to post for getting a bed.
Actually, when I went there, they told me that they are having a bed, but my name is not on the list of the doctors to whom they should be giving bed. So I asked them, I have been referred from KEM, so why are you not admitting me? They told that some new instruction has come, according to which they can only admit doctor only after there is instructions some from higher authority. It was really a frustrating experience for me. On top of that, they kept on humiliating and insulting me. That was more of something for me to take. It was like, why did I have been in this, my father is also a doctor, and I have since my childhood I have seen him. Okay, so I have seen him and I have seen how much people respect him. So that is the only thing I came in the profession. But that day something, that is a question I asked myself, why did I come in this profession?
These doctors often work in trying conditions.
3 weeks definitely without an off, but except for the changeover time, which was maybe a 24 hours gap, which was the only holiday as such in the 3 weeks. So mentally that was a little straining, as in the sense like when you keep doing the same kind of duty, and that too with COVID, all around you, people talking about COVID, you see a lot of death, you see a lot of things which are not easy to take in, despite how many years you might have been in this profession. So physically, nothing I would really like to talk about, but definitely not easy, not very easy.
Long work hours, fewer off days. Resident doctors feel that they are being taken for granted.
नहीं, ये
बिल्कुल अपसेट होने जैसी बात है कि अगर आपने न्यूज़ में भी देखा होगा कि सेवन हिल्स हॉस्पिटल का एक ऐड आया है और महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट ने केरला से डॉक्टर्स मंगाए, उसमें एमबीबीएस डॉक्टर्स को 80,000 रुपये और जो एमडी डॉक्टर्स है उनको 2 लाख रुपए देने की बात की गई है, जबकि हमारे जो रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर्स है उनको 54,000 स्टाइपेंड दिया जा रहा है और मुंबई महानगर पालिका के द्वारा उसमें भी टीडीएस काटा जा रहा है 10%.
Resident doctors are the workhorses of the public health system, and at these times of a pandemic, they barely have any time for sleep, for food, because they spend every single day fighting to save lives. But unfortunately, they are being forced to fight another battle. A battle not for the recognition they deserve, but for the basic facilities. With camera person Prashant Bhatt in Mumbai, I'm Tanushree Pandey for India Today.
And joining me now are the junior and resident doctors who hopefully will speak up and tell me what exactly ails them at the moment. Dr. Kaustubh Dasgupta, resident doctor at KEM Hospital. Dr. Deepak Munde, resident doctor and coordinator of the Maharashtra Association of Resident Doctors at KEM Hospital. Dr. Avinash, who is a resident doctor and at the Sion Hospital. Appreciate all of you joining us. I want to come to you, Dr. Dasgupta, first. Give us a sense. I have got a figure here that as of the 20th of May, as many as 73 resident doctors from just 3 medical hospitals, Sion, KEM and Nair, had tested positive for COVID-19. How difficult is that for y'all to be protected at the moment? Do you have enough equipment? Why is it that so many resident doctors and junior doctors are falling prey to COVID-19 cases in Mumbai?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, like you said, why do I think that so many resident doctors are falling sick? So you also mentioned the protective equipment. To be very fair and honest, right now, protective equipment is not a problem, but then the severe crunch of manpower, as well as the overall infrastructure probably that we have, as well as the increasing caseload. So what that has led to is that work hours are being stretched beyond the normal or the ideal limits, and even the pattern of duty maybe that we do has been stretched beyond normal. And so that is probably why you have such a huge number of doctors and nurses and other healthcare workers falling sick.
When you say pattern of duty, pattern of work, how many hours and how many, when do you get a break?
See, again, right now it differs from what duty you are doing. So I would not venture out to speak for everyone. Right now, the duty I am at, it is much better than it was before. So it's 6 hours per day. It's not more than that. But the number of days at a stretch can go up to 3 weeks or 2 weeks without a gap.
Okay, let me go to, let me get other views at the moment. Dr. Deepak Munde, you're a resident doctor and coordinator at KEM Hospital of the Association of Resident Doctors. How difficult is it at the moment for resident doctors? What's your biggest challenge at the moment?
Yes, sir, but I would like to correct your statistics first.
Yes.
As you mentioned, there are 73 cases in total, but there are 70 cases in Sion Hospital, 35 cases in KEM Hospital, and around 30 cases in Nair Hospital. So we have crossed the century already, and many of them are completed their course of treatment and they have joined back. So I would like to congratulate them, and I think the whole country should proud of them and congratulate them for this.
What is the biggest difficulty you faced there at the moment? What is your biggest difficulty, Deepak, that you faced?
Yes, sir. The biggest difficulty we are facing, that is the work pattern. Few days back, BMC came with the pattern of 5 days work and 2 days off. In spite, the ICMR and central government gave the guidelines of 7 days work and 7 days quarantine. Still, they gave the reason of manpower crunch in Mumbai, and they said 5 days work and 2 days off, which is inhuman considering the incubation period of the corona is 5 days. If a doctor gets a rest for 5 days and he feels that he has symptoms, he can seek a treatment. But if he continues the work, then he can be a source. He himself can be a source of infection. That is, I don't think.
Right. So you're not being put in quarantine after you do these long hours or long days. That's one weakness that you're saying in the system. Let me go to you, Dr. Avinash at Sion Hospital, one of the worst affected. Dr. Avinash, what is the biggest challenge that you are facing? What is it that you want to tell the country today? I want to give all of you a platform to explain to the country the difficulties you're facing.
Sir, at present, everyone knows that Mumbai has become an epicenter of the COVID.
Yes. Go ahead.
So for that, there are dedicated hospitals of COVID and non-COVID. But what is the main problem with the Sion Hospital is Sion Hospital comes to that the half of the manpower gets busy with the COVID patients treatment, and half of the manpower caters to the non-COVID patients.
Right.
But in that also there is division that few doctors are sent to the Seven Hills Hospital for catering the ICU patients, and few sent to the Kasturba Hospital. When previously there were 100 people, suppose there were 100 people catering to the Sion Hospital, they have been divided into multiple phases for treatment of COVID, and there are only handful of resident doctors left for treatment of the non-COVID. But when the case from the community comes, we don't know the status of the patient. Then for emergency purposes, we have to start the emergency procedures on the patient, like operations, like suppose.
So you don't know whether the patient is symptomatic or asymptomatic when he comes to you.
Yes, sir. But when such scenario, we have to go with the procedure because it's an emergency.
Right.
When after the patient is stable, we send a swab, then patient turns out to be the positive. But sometimes what happens is when a patient, when we see the ward is of corona, then we take much of the precautions, and there the duty hours are divided because in PPE there is a severe dehydration, we sweat like anything, and the immunity goes down. But where it comes to non-COVID, there is no such work hour distribution.
Right.
We have to work when OPG people work in hospital, they work for more than 12 to 18 hours. When it comes to other people like on-call emergency people, they have to work for 36 at a stretch. But they also have to work in the PPE only.
Okay,
so when it comes that their immunity. Yes, sir.
Right. So you're in a way that the COVID, non-COVID patient divide is also an important challenge that you're facing particularly when you've got to go to meet non-COVID patients.
Yes,
and
sir.
you don't know whether they are symptomatic or asymptomatic when you're doing an emergency operation. Let me come to Dr. Raman Sharma. You are senior resident, ENT department, Lok Nayak Hospital. Dr. Sharma, give us a sense of the challenges that you face at the moment in these COVID times as a resident doctor.
Hi, Rajdeep. I just joined. Actually, there are multiple things I want to discuss here. The concerns of all the residents in our hospital. First and the foremost is the increased number of the people that are coming COVID positive. I first want to request all the people of our country to please follow the guidelines. Please maintain the social distancing and the sanitization. It is our duty. We have been doing the duties before the COVID for 48 hours or 72 hours. We don't have a fear of doing duties in the COVID, but it is the increase in the number of the people which is concerning us. Secondly, the PPE kit. PPE kit, after wearing a PPE kit, it becomes very difficult. We cannot go to the washroom. We cannot touch our mask. And the 2 days back, there was a menstrual hygiene day. So I saw one video, one of the female colleague, a doctor, during the menstruation, they have a problem while wearing the PPE kit. So it is very important that we should keep in mind that the PPE kit is a big trouble for us. And secondly, the quality of the PPE. We are getting a different qualities of PPE in our hospital.
Right.
So you don't know what kind of a PPE kit you are getting. It can be, it might be torn somewhere, and you'll get the exposure directly. Secondly, I want to mention here one of my incidents that I'm an ENT surgeon. I got a call at 1:30 a.m. of a patient of a nosebleed. So we have to do the donning at the first floor, and we have to go to see the patient on the third floor. So when I I went the upstairs using the stairs, it becomes very difficult for me, and I got breathlessness, nauseating, and dehydrating over there, and I had to take for 15 minutes. Around 15 minutes, I had to take the break. Then I visited the patient.
Right.
So it is very difficult to wear the PPE kit, and being the ENT surgeon, we are highly exposed to the aerosols because we are dealing with the airway, the mouth or the nose, which are the major areas of the aerosol generating of these viruses.
Right.
So
I understand, doctor, I can understand. In fact, my son also is an ENT surgeon like you, so I can imagine the challenges that they face at the moment. Dr. Dasgupta, you want to have any of you at a stage like this over the last few months felt this is in this crisis is a great opportunity for us to learn and to help society? Or do you feel strained and pressured when you hear that colleagues in your hospital are also suffering from COVID?
See, I think it's always been both. I mean, when you say it's a great opportunity to learn and continue serving society like we do, then definitely, yes, we felt that coming, right from the time when we saw visuals from China, Italy, New York and all that. So we knew that it's definitely going to be a great opportunity, but we did have a sense of anticipation that it was not going to be an easy time at all. And now that we have it upon us, it is, like you said, very straining. There are times of apprehension because we ourselves don't have any security about our own treatment or about our own future. So it's a mix of both. So everyday life has both of these for us right now.
So life is changing, very, very rapidly for all of you. Any of you wants a final word? Dr. Munde, you want to tell us? Have you at any stage felt how the difficulty, has it ever got to you when you go home at night? Is it difficult for you?
Yes, sir. It is very difficult in these COVID times after our work or duty. It is very drenching, that PP thing. After doffing of the PP, we literally get blurred vision or we get dose of kind of thing. And it is very difficult to work in the PP, but still we are doing, and we are taking this as an opportunity, the once in a lifetime opportunity to serve the people, the community and the country.
Well, what can I say to all four of you? You are all in a way COVID warriors, all of you at the front line. God bless you all and all doctors, junior doctors out there who are fighting this, the good fight. But I hope that you get all the protection that you need. Dr. Avinash, very quickly, if any of your colleagues is in gets corona positive, does he get a bed right away? There have been some cases in Mumbai where beds are not available.
Actually, sir, we are frontline worker, we are warrior. But in a warrior, when one of the warrior gets injured, there is no any provision that there are no any proper channel or protocols for the treatment or management of the patient. There are no special hospital or dedicated wards for the corona warriors. Even when one of my batchmates or colleague who used to work with me turns out COVID positive, for him also he has to wait 5 to 6 hours to get a bed. So this is very disheartening for us, but somewhere that even despite knowing all these odds, we will work for the country and we work for the people. That's for sure.
Well, all of you are, as I said, people who are at the front line. I really appreciate, respect the work you're doing, and I just wanted all of your stories to be told to a wider world. Thank you all very much. Stay safe, stay well, and continue to be healers. The junior doctors and the resident doctors at the line, at the front line. But it's not just them. The nurses are, in a way, the unsung heroes in a corona war zone, working selflessly for hours after hours behind the scenes. They are the healers, the caretakers for the infected and isolated. An increasing number of nurses are also succumbing to coronavirus in the line of duty. One of them passed away just a week ago here in the national capital. India Today's Maushmi Singh brings you the story of nurse Lisa, whose indomitable spirit is simply too infectious for the hopeless to resist. Take a look.
31st को मेरी नाइट ड्यूटी थी. उस दिन मैं आई तो वार्ड में पेशेंट था. फर्स्ट से मैं हॉस्पिटल अकोमोडेशन में रहने लग गई. तो एकदम से विद इन 1 डे घर से दूर रहना. तो मैं घर से चल पड़ी. एक बैग में 2 कपड़े रख दिया, जितने जरूरत की सामान रख के आगे फिर यहीं रहने लग गया.
When the day ends, the day begins. Because that is when Sister Lisa reports for duty. 8 p.m. and she begins her job nursing COVID patients in the hospital. It's her second stint in the COVID ward.
जब फर्स्ट टाइम ड्यूटी किया था तो थोड़ा डर भी लग रहे थे कि हम इनको कैसे हैंडल करेंगे, क्योंकि सबकी जिंदगी में पहली बार आई है. अब सेकंड राउंड आ गया तो हमें तो इतना डर नहीं है कि हमें पता है कि क्या करना है.
When the pandemic began, it forced Lisa Sajjan to leave home, husband and her 2 children behind because duty called. And the LNJP hospital in Delhi became her home, away from home. Her first posting was at the COVID ward, a veritable battle zone as the cases began to spike in Delhi.
So many doctors and nurses, they are corona positive here itself in our hospital. They got this infection from the hospital only. I cannot say that I am scared of my life, and I will not say also. If it is positive, we'll see.
Trying to keep worry at bay is what a night duty at the COVID ward means, and camaraderie comes handy to help ease the sleepless hours spent in tight masks and gears.
इतना केयरिंग नेचर है, इतना मतलब इनके साथ ड्यूटी जितनी कंफर्टेबल लगती है ना कि चाहे पूरे साल हम साथ में ड्यूटी कर सकते हैं. Happy birthday.
Her co-workers even made sure that she doesn't feel left out on her birthday. Bought her a cake. When away from her family, Lisa Sajjan turned 50 a few weeks ago. In her second stint, Lisa opted to travel to work from home. While her husband pitched in to help, she took all precautions by isolating herself from her family.
फोन पे करते तो ऐसे ना आंसू ऐसे निकलते थे. अभी भी सोचेगा तो सच में मेरे को रोना आता है. मेरा बच्चे तो ऐसे है कि मैं घर से निकलती है तो मेरे ऐसे क्रॉस लगा के मम्मी टेक केयर संभल के जाना, ऐसे मेरे को किस करके ऐसे भेजते थे वो मेरे बेटा.
These nurses quietly behind the scenes work overtime, doing their bit to ensure that the flame of hope is burning bright. With video journalist Alok Das, this is Mosmi Singh in Delhi for India Today.
That's it on this Corona Warriors special show. Our namaskar, our salam, our thanks to the health workers, the junior doctors, the nurses, the resident doctors. Stay well, stay safe. Thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.